Editorial. Today we are going to have a discussion about Thomas Frank. We know here he was one manager that moved from Brentford to Tottenham Hotspurs. After Ange was sacked, Tottenham Hotspurs were looking at bringing in Thomas Frank, and now things are going so poor. We want to know, is Thomas Frank that good than Ange, who was sacked last season after winning the Europa League? Remember, this show is brought to you by MyBet.Africa. If you want to place your bet and win big, you need to do that at MyBet.Africa. So scan the QR code and register on their platform. You watching this show, you are getting the chance to get a free 10 Ghana CD bet by using TT Pod as your free bet coupon to get free 10 Ghana CDs and also bet onto their platform. Let's go into details on Thomas Frank moving to Tottenham Hotspur. I think Thomas Frank moving to Tottenham Hotspur was one thing a lot of people were looking at because he was one of the tacticians last season in the Premier League. He had wins over some of the major teams, got good results against some of the major teams, and he showed very well that he's that coach that comes in when there's tactical discipline. He comes into your team, motivates the boys, very good on man management, and also make sure he grinds the results needed. But now, in a new season in the Premier League, in 14 games, he has been able to get only 19 points. And out of the 19 points, they are on 11th on the league log. Comparing it to Ange Postecoglou, who also left them, that was last season. His first 13 games last season, he was able to get, that is 23 points, and was on 7th position last season. And in his first ever season in Tottenham Hotspur, after 13 games, he was on 3rd position, and he was even tipped to win the league in his first season. And I think going deeper into these two coaches, I think Ange didn't get enough credit for what he was doing with this Tottenham Hotspur team, because if you look at the players he brought in at that time, they were basically unknown players. Van der Ven, most of Odogi, most of these players were just unknown players, but they came into this Tottenham team, performed so well, and now Thomas Frank is inheriting players who are on top level. Tottenham has given him the chance to buy players, the likes of Mohamed Kudus, Kolomwani on loan, Xavi Simons joining the team. Looking at this quality, comparing this to what Ange was doing, I think Ange would have done something better with this quality. But let's go into Thomas Frank. What do we think the problem is? For me, I think it's that big club mentality. That is what he is missing, especially moving to Tottenham Hotspur. Because at Brentford, you go into games, and most of the games that comes under the radar is against big teams. And most of these players are either powered up, especially playing against the Chelseas, the Man United, the Liverpools, the Arsenals, and the Manchester City. So they give their 150%, 100% to get good results against some of these big teams. But now in a big club at Tottenham Hotspur, most of the players are looking at beating the big teams, but the fans are expecting you as the manager to grind results from these lower teams, and now when it gets to the big teams, you can battle them well. Looking at their last games, their game against Newcastle that happened recently, they had a 2-2 draw. That was one of their way, and they're having a bad home record. That is one thing that brings a lot of question marks, because you know if you are to win the league, at least you get a good home record. Then going on away, you'll be able to now grind those draws, get those last minute results to match up the home points. But looking at the table of home teams, they are on 19th position, which is very bad, because meaning if you are taking out Wolves, they are the team with the lowest point at home, and it shows the performance they are, especially at the London Stadium, where every fans are coming in to help cheer them up to win games. Going into his team setup, I think he has come with a lot of setup, with a 3-back, with a 5-back, with a 4 at the back. And I have a lot of issues with the way he set up his team. There have been a lot of rotations, which doesn't build cohesion between players. And that is what he's facing. I don't know if it's based on enough players he's having in his setup that is calling for a lot of rotations, making him not get the balance he needs. He has played at home against Chelsea. He got a 0.01 expected goals against Chelsea. Against Arsenal, he got a 0.07 expected goals, and that is the lowest ever in Premier League history. So if Tottenham Hotspur fans are looking at records like this, they would look at, we had Ange, who won us our first major trophy in the Europa League. Maybe he could have gotten time and also well with this Tottenham Hotspur's team, because if you have the likes of Mohamed Kudus, Xavi Simons, Kolo Muani being added to Ange Postecoglou's team, I think he would have been grinding results as at now. Though he also had a philosophy with attacking football, not being a bit defensive, trying to go all out, even when he's a man down or when he's a goal down, he tries to go in all out. But I think Ange Postecoglou would have done a good job than what Thomas Frank is doing. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think Thomas Frank should be given time, or he'll be that first manager to be sacked in the Premier League? Let us know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment so that we get to improve our channel with your comment on knowing what we need to do and also what editorials you are looking at we bringing you. Today's editorial was a battle between Ange and also Thomas Frank, who has had a better first time at Tottenham Hotspur. So like, subscribe, and be part of this channel. Thank you.